Парус через Рейн, да.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. If you weren't here last time, then my name is... Wait. I'm not dressed for the occasion. Just hold on 1 second. Ah, there we go. Much better. Hello everyone. My name is Matthew, and I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite films that's almost turning 100 years old. And no, I'm not pretentious. And that film being... Battleship Potemkin. To preface, Battleship Potemkin is what you would consider a propaganda film, a film used to spread a message of a political cause, most famous being Triumph of the Will, except Potemkin can appeal to everyone. Even though this film has a political message to it, it did have some impressive filmmaking at the time, even being groundbreaking for what we now call montage, where multiple shots are put together to condense time and space for anyone that doesn't know. I don't know how you wouldn't, but I digress. It was a groundbreaking technique that was pioneered by Eraserhead Sergei Eisenstein, a director and film theorist. To start off, the plot is very simple. It's about workers on a battleship revolting against their officers for their poor working conditions, and their act spreads throughout the land. Got it? Let's go. The film starts off with sailors talking about wanting to support the revolution that's going on, as Russia was in the midst of a revolution against the government and wanting change. After this, one of the officers lashes out at a sailor for stumbling onto something. This then prompts a sailor named Vakulinchuk to rally the other sailors in revolting and rising up against their officers and not wanting to be last to join the revolution. When morning comes, they are fed meat that looks downright awful. Like, Jesus, what the fuck? Obviously, the sailors detest their food and refuse to eat it and opts to eat bread and canned goods. While the cook is making the meat, he too is questioning it and is wary of it. The officer in anger demands the sailors to leave the area. After what happened in the eating quarter, the sailors that refuse are put to death by firing squad. The squad comes out to murder their own people as the first officer orders them to fire, but after Vakulinchuk makes one last plea to stop, the squad lowers their rifles and the revolt begins. The sailors outnumber the officers, throwing them overboard and taking over the ship. This is a victory for them, but at what cost? Their leader, Vakulinchuk, is killed during the conflict. Why do the good die young? The sailors then take the Potemkin back to the port in Odessa and display Vakulinchuk for all to see. The citizens of Odessa gather round and are saddened by this loss, a man sacrificing his life for the better of his people. The citizens are inspired by this and want to revolt against the government, getting into a frenzy. One man who sides with the government tries to blame the Jews, but is put down and beaten for this comment. I guess someone didn't learn not to blame the Jews. Vakulinchuk is now seen as a martyr for his sacrifice and is praised by his fellow sailors. We then move to the most famous scene of the movie, and in film history, the Odessa Steps. There we see citizens on the steps watching others as they sail their boats to the Potemkin to help them by giving them supplies. As they cheer, they suddenly get attacked by Russian soldiers and start running for their life. Men, women, children, disabled, all get shot at and try their best to survive this, even being attacked by more soldiers at the bottom of the steps. In terms of filmmaking, this is a wonderful scene to study. The way montage is used and how all the scenes fit together, creating some iconic moments like a woman getting shot in the face, the soldiers moving in unison, and the baby carriage rolling down the steps, which has been referenced and homaged in many films after that. To fight back, the sailors of the Potemkin use their guns to attack the opera house where military leaders are holding a meeting. It's a big shock as shown with the marble lions. The way they used all their power to show how they are not afraid to use weapons to fight back for the people. It shows how much they stand for their fellow allies. After they destroy the opera house, they get word of a fleet of warships to stop the Potemkin. They then set sail to go head-on against the fleet. As they come head-to-head, they begin to ready their weapons and are about to fire. But the sailors of the fleet don't attack. They instead come out of their deck and show solidarity to the Potemkin, cheering them for fighting against their officers and the government. They are then able to sail freely past the warships, able to spread their message and be a beacon of hope to other people in the world. This film is a big inspiration for me, as you can tell. But as a filmmaker, it shows what I can do and how much of an impact films can have on an audience. Being able to spread a message to help other people and rally others together. If anything, this is one of the most important films of all time, especially furthering what Grandfather Marx had started. Well, that's all I have to say about this film. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm gonna watch a video essay on communism and be annoying on my school campus.